I want to see Real ID repealed completely.
The Real ID Act mandates federal standards for licenses and IDs, and starting on May 7th, anyone looking to fly domestically or enter federal buildings will need a Real ID, passport, or passport card.
It's really about providing documentation to prove who you are.
But multiple state legislators nationwide have presented bills trying to convince President-elect Trump and Congress to end Real ID federal requirements. That push includes a bipartisan group here in Maine.
Real ID gives us this false sense of security that this card is somehow going to protect us from terrorism. The fact is, it's an expensive form of identification. It's almost twice as much as a regular driver's license, and it actually infringes on our privacy.
Representative Libby says personal information entered to a central database could put people's security at risk.
The fact that 75% of Mainers don't have it to this point after it was implemented 7 years ago indicates that Mainers don't want it.
Secretary of State Shanna Bellows says although Maine's law does not force anybody to get a Real ID, if they are looking to fly domestically, they would need to bring extra forms of federal identification.
We want Mainers to have choices, and we certainly don't want Mainers to be blocked from getting on that plane to visit a loved one.
But Secretary Bellows says the bill that would end the Real ID program in Maine could cause issues for travelers.
If the BMV is prohibited from giving out Real ID licenses and ID cards, and the federal government still goes through in 2027 with keeping Mainers off planes because they don't have it, that's going to put average Mainers in a terrible position.